everyone. I'm back with a collab actually with Stmpgrl and I. We are here this morning, Sunday morning on the 23rd, to show you what we came up with for alternatives. Now, I did the unboxing and make as intended, and these are the three cards that came out of that. That's not counting, and I kept an envelope for each of them. And then let me show you, let me get the box out of the way and show you what I have left of this kit. I was trying so hard to finish it. I have this little piece where I cut a cake out of. That'll probably go in the trash. I have some banners, maybe. I don't think I quite have a sheet worth of banners. I have some strips, and I have most of the sequins left. I do have 2 card fronts left. I do have 2 of these that punched out of those things, which I wanted to use and didn't. And then I have 3 card bases left as well, and 2 pieces from one of these that I saved because I figure you can layer stuff on them. And you'll see I did that. So that's what I have left. No envelopes because I matched them up. But I did not actually cut into the envelopes this time, which is unusual for me. So I kept this because there's parts of it, you know, this is like foam dots, right? I could probably cut pieces out and have extra foam dot kind of things. And these are gonna go in the trash. I just can't keep everything. Originally I was thinking, well, maybe I could do something with this design, but I decided against it. So I'm gonna throw it in the trash. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my mat covered because I got it kind of messy. So let me show you them in the order that I did them. Here is the first one, and this is on Rococo Rose cardstock. I cut this. It's good I kept one of each card base. This is the back of this pretty card, you know, the fun fold. So I cut it, and then this I used the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which are in the mini catalog. I think they go with So Sentimental or something, but I used, I believe, this one here, third one in. And they're really pretty scalloped rectangles. I thought that was pretty, made it look kind of lacy and nice. And then I stamped, now let me think, this one, no, this is the one I cut out of here after I colored it. I did stamp the bars with Rococo Rose, and then I colored it with alcohol markers with light petal pink, Rococo Rose light, and a Rococo Rose dark for the little sprinkles, Old Olive, and I think that's light Mango Melody actually. And then I did put a white pearlized doily underneath. They're in the annual catalog. You get a pack of 24, 146936 if you're interested. And I did stamp Have a, and then used one of the stickers, Lovely, the foam stickers, Birthday in Rococo Rose. And then these are, they are in the annual catalog as well. They're petal pink, here they are, petal pink rhinestone gems. They come in different shapes. They are carried over from 2018 still, so they're 146914, but they're in the current annual catalog. And then this is this beautiful ribbon I love, the organdy striped ribbon, 5/8 inch in petal pink, which is the background color of this paper. So that's what I did on that one. And then inside I just had a piece of the striped paper left and left it blank on that one. So that's the first card. The second card, let me put this away. Oh, and I kept an envelope to go with that, but I thought that one went well. And then the next one is also Rococo Rose, but I pulled out a piece of Rich Razzleberry and I ran it through the Scripty 3D embossing folder. I put the paper this way so the words, you know, go, and I lined it up with this line, ran it through and embossed it. And then I had this piece and this piece left out of that card still. So when I used the Stitch So Sweetly, I think it was like this, and then I had like this rectangle left, and I think this, I believe I cut this part off, and that's what was in the inside of that other card, and then this is what's on here. So that's how I did that. And then I just layered them on top, the rich raspberry, and I bumped this die cut piece that came in the kit up on dimensionals, stamped "You're a Great Reason to" and "Celebrate." And then I used those petal pink gems again, only this time I used 4 rectangles in the corners and 1 diamond over here. And on the inside of this, okay, I brought in a different stamp set, "You're a Reason to Celebrate," and it's the Happy Birthday to You that is a coordinating set in the Celebration. And what I did here is I put a little strip of this paper up here. I stamped "Happy Birthday" and rich raspberry, and then I don't know if you can see it, I stamped off, I think twice, but I'm not positive, and I stamped that in petal pink actually to go with that paper. So the flower over top the Happy Birthday. So I thought that was pretty. I love that one actually. So that's what I did on the second card. Then I switched gears to the Pretty Peacock and Pool Party, and I did a really bad coloring job on that, but it's Pool Party, light and dark, crumb cake for the candle. It's sort of like flickering candle in Mango Melody. I used one of those punch outs as the background. Actually, I just stamped right on that, which was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. And this is the, I can never remember the name of the scalloped linen ribbon peacock. It's Pretty Peacock in 1/2 inch. And this is one of the cards cut apart. And then this is also Pool Party stamped in Pretty Peacock. And these are Pretty Peacock gems. They're out of the Noble Peacock rhinestones. This is bumped up on dimensionals, by the way. Inside, another piece of the striped paper. And it says, "Happy Birthday, You're a Great Reason to Celebrate." So that's the "You're a Great Reason" from the kit and "Celebrate" from the kit. And that's that one. And I kept an envelope for that one because I thought it went beautifully with it. I guess I'm doing these in order here. Okay, and then the next one I kept an envelope for also. Okay, I went a little different on this one. I had these pieces left from cutting up the other card back. So, well, actually I had a piece left, and then what I did is I laid these on it, spaced them out, and I cut around them, which was hard, and it kind of messed up this foiling on this one. Anyway, so then I cut them out, and then I stamped on the, this is Pretty Peacock, layer Pool Party, stamped in Pool Party, Pool Party, and Peacock, and then I put these down. I stamped "Have a." I was gonna stamp "Birthday" in between these, and I thought, no, because it's like "Have a Lovely Birthday" or "Birthday Wishes," and then "Celebrate" stands on its own. So it's one of those, like when your kids were in school, remember they used to get those, and there's some TV show that used to do that too. Maybe, was it, oh shoot, the one with Vanna White, what's that called? Anyway, you know what I mean. So "Have a Lovely Birthday," "Birthday Wishes," and then "Celebrate." And then these are from the glitter enamel dots. They're in the annual catalog, and they are Coastal Cabana actually, but I thought they went well with it, and I've got like 7 of them on there. They're all over the place. So yeah, I went a little hog wild with those. And then inside, I just used the "Happy Birthday" out of the "Happy Birthday to You" from Celebration. And I had one little square. I thought, well, you know what? It kind of ties it in from the front. So that's what I did. So that's that one. It's a little different. I thought that would be good for a lady or a man. And then the next two I don't have envelopes for. This is the next one. I used one of the card fronts, you know, that are, let me find one. Here they are. Here's what they look like. But instead of stamping it in Rococo Rose, I stamped it with Rich Raspberry. And then I didn't get it exactly lined up, so what I did is I took my, what did I take? I took my Stampin' Blends and I colored in a little more, but then I went over it with Wink Stella and that made it kind of bleed a little more, and I really like how it turned out. With the Rich Raspberry and the Petal Pink together, so, and the Old Olive also. And I colored these in Rich Raspberry. And then this is the, which is on back order now, sadly. Oops, not that one. The seam binding, the white seam, Whisper White seam binding. It's on back order until sometime in March, I believe. So crinkle seam binding ribbon you can't get right now, but I took my dark Rich Raspberry Stampin' Blend alcohol marker and colored it and did a little bow under the flower, and then did put 3 of the sequins on. I just put that right onto Petal Pink cardstock, and then inside here's a piece, one of the card bases. Cut up a piece of Whisper White, and then I used one of the other flowers, and that one I actually used my Stampin' Right markers, oops, to stamp, so I could get the green and the Petal Pink separate. It came out a little bit blurry, but it's okay. It's all good. You know, the old technique where you draw on the markers with dye-based markers, not with alcohol markers, and then you kind of huff on it and then stamp it, and it came out okay. And I touched it up a little bit with the markers afterwards. But that's the, what is that, the 5th card. I have 9, guys, so bear with me. So then the next one is a shaker card. I put the Pool Party card front that looks like this, which was not my favorite actually, and I like Pool Party, it's one of my favorite colors, but I did use another one of the cake things. I stamped the cake though in Crumb Cake, used Pool Party for the icing, and dark light Pretty Peacock for the candle, and dark for the little sprinkles, and Old Olive around the icing to tie in with the banners here. And then this is another one of those pieces where I just put wishes on, like I did, you know, like from here, that was the last word I think I had available. So I did another one of those, put it down, and then these are Old Olive jemmies from the Noble Peacock set. And that's way up, it's up double on dimensionals because I used the I used window sheet that's Stampin' Up! Cells. I used these foam adhesive strips, which I love, to put around the circle under here. And then I had to adhere the cake with other dimensionals, right? Adhere them onto there and other dimensionals. But then I had to, when I put dimensionals on the rest of the card, they weren't high enough to make up for that, so I had to double them up. So it's really thick. That will definitely not go through regular postage. And inside I just stamped another cake, and the only thing I colored was the flame. And this is Pretty Peacock cardstock, Whisper White, and then of course the Pool Party. So that's that one. And I was gonna stop there. But I was itching to try something a little like super creative, so I pulled out my Stampin' Up! Watercolor paper that they have now. It's called Fluid 100, and each sheet is 5 by 7. So what I did is I brought out Stays On. I can't figure out what I did with it now. Is this it? No, here it is. I brought my Stays On ink pad out, and the flower from this, the big flower from the stamp set. All right, and I went all over the background with the Stays On flower. And then, let me get this out of here. I'm sorry for the glare. Oops. See how messy? And then what I did is I brought out the pigment sprinkles, and I used the Melon Mambo, yes, and a little bit of Daffodil Delight and some Granny Apple Green, and I spritzed it with water, and then I dried it, and then I spritzed it with, that looks like the water one, Shimmery Frost White, which is mostly alcohol and a little bit of the shimmer white frost shimmer paint mixed in. And so I did 2 cards identical, and let me just bring them out. I think they are just gorgeous. So they're not the colors that are in, but they go really well with these envelopes, even if that's Old Olive and these are Granny Apple Green. So there they are. Isn't that beautiful background? Oh, so the 5x7, basically, if you cut it in half, you get 3.5 and 3.5, and it's already 5, and that's perfect. So I got 2 card fronts out of 1 sheet of watercolor paper. Worked out really well. You want to use Stays On when you're using water. And when I was tapping the pigment sprinkles, I was trying for sort of yellow in the middle, pink for the leaves, and for the petals, and green around the leaf areas. It didn't get exactly that way, but it still looks really cool, I think. And then I used the leaf punch with some Granny Apple Green, and this is out of a die, but I think, or maybe it's a punch. Hang on. Ugh. I don't think that's the sprig, is it? No. I think that's a die, and I just had it laying here, so I just used it. That was the second one I did of the set. And this is the banner that's hooked together. Yeah. Let me see if I have any of them left. I think I do. And I stamped it and cut it apart. I did that a couple times, actually. Yeah, I did that actually on this first one too. So this is Have a and Lovely and Birthday, and I cut it straight across there and here to cut it apart and have 2 smaller banners, because that way I still have the rose gold foiling on them, both pieces. Now for some reason the birthday at the bottom got a little wonky with dimensionals and glue. I don't know why. And on this one I did first, I wet the leaves and I bent them. I've done that before with you, but I stuck them between the white and the Melon Mambo pink layer. So these are from the layering circles that are in the annual catalog. They're the scalloped. It's like the second smallest and then the next one up, and I did the next one up in Melon Mambo, and this one in Whisper White, stamped in Melon Mambo, and I stamped these in Memento Tuxedo Black, and then just put some of those sparkle enamel dots on. And then inside, now I don't have a Melon Mambo Stampin' Blend because I don't think they have one. So I ended up using my Stampin' Write markers again in Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo, and I just put a piece of black because that tied in with the Stays On and the Memento Tuxedo Black. And then this is the I have one more little piece left that somebody gave me, but it's basic black satin ribbon, 1/2 inch wide. I think that's the same. Yep. So that's what that is. I have enough for one more like card front before I have to open the other roll. And so yeah, they're almost the same, except that I had this little piece and I didn't have any more scrap of Granny Apple Green, so I just used that instead of trying to cut into a new sheet of paper. Now this one, I laid this flat and just bumped up the birthday. This one I bumped up the Hava and the birthday. And lovely, this whole thing is bumped up, and as is this. But I definitely like the way they're tucked better here. And the positioning is just different because I wanted the bigger flower to show there. So I think they came out beautiful. I love them. Love them, love them. I love doing stuff like that. And then the last one, I took a break after those. Oops, these go with them too. I took a break after those and went down and had late lunch and came up with the intent that I was going to finish the kit, and this is all my brain would come up with, but I like it. I think the white makes it pop against the rich raspberry. This was one of the card bases. I used a pearlized doily again. I was looking for ribbon to use and I couldn't find one that I liked except this one. But then I realized when I stamped this is rose gold foiling and this is silver, but oh well, it's alright. So I stamped You're a Great Reason Too. It got a little funny. And then Celebrate inside, and then a strip of this paper, and I just used 3 of the basic pearls from Stampin' Up! In the annual catalog, and this flower is bumped up, and I did put a little bit of Wink of Stella on, but my Wink of Stella is getting dry. I have to open a new one, sadly, but there is a little bit of sparkle on there. So a simple card, but I think it's pretty. Sorry, I'm up too high. And that is it. I have I think it was 9 alternates and 3 make as intended. So I got 12 cards so far, but I still have well, all the envelopes if I'd be willing to, you know, part with them. I have to move this down. There's a spot there that I don't want the cards to get on because I think it's stamp cleaner. Anyway, yeah. So there we are. We have all these lovely cards. Which one's your favorite? Let me know. And then also be sure to go check out Stmpgrl, who is Paige, her channel, because she, I'm sure, will have some lovely alternatives. And like I said, I have 1, 2, 3 full card bases left to do something with, and 2 card fronts and some round things and some banners basically left in this kit. Oh, and I still have the other 3 that I made as intended also. So I hope you enjoyed that. Come back again soon. I'm always uploading something. And I will talk to you the next time. Hugs, love, and peace. Thanks for watching.